Okay, today we will see a small concept that will be useful for your NEET or JEE exams. It's on the topic called circular motion. So, suppose if I have a coin and if I am keeping it on a circular disc, and if I rotate it like this, you see it is going around the circle, going around the center. And the reason for that is the friction between the coin and the disc is more than the centripetal force required. So that means it is able to provide the required centripetal force. Suppose if I increase the radius, if I try to spin it, you see it is kind of sliding outside. The reason for that is you know that centripetal force required is mr omega squared. So as the r increases, the centripetal force required is also going to increase, but the frictional force is still the same, and that is why it's not able to, the frictional force is not able to provide the required centripetal force. We can see that in one more way. I can keep it at the lowest r, but then I can increase the omega. So if I increase the omega also, the centripetal force required will be higher. So you see, when I increase the omega, it just slides outside. So the concept involved here is very simple. The mathematics is very simple. F friction is equated to the centripetal force. F frictional force, you know, mu into N. N is mg. Centripetal force, instead of using mv squared by r, you can say mr omega squared, because we are dealing with angular speed here. Cancels, so I'll be getting omega squared is mu g divided by r. So that means sometimes they may ask you to find the frictional coefficient value. Sometimes they may ask you to find the radius, maximum radius up to which it will go around a circle. Sometimes they may ask you to find the maximum angular speed, omega. Okay, so you can find all these things using this one concept. Another related concept is this one. Like, suppose, the object sticking to a planet. Imagine that this is a planet. So it is spinning around. We know that it is spinning around. So objects such as humans, cars, buildings, everything is kind of going around in a circle like this as it is rotating. So as the omega increases, what happens is the centripetal force required to go around the circle will increase, which means the objects can actually fly apart. So who is providing the centripetal force is the gravitational force. If the gravitational force is not high enough, then it will not be able to, the objects will not be able to stick to the planet. Okay, so the concept is again very easy. Instead of friction, you have gravitational force. So gravitational force is equated to the centripetal force. You know gravitational force is gmm by r squared. So do the same thing. So mm cancels. So I'll be getting omega can be found out. So the concept here, right? The previous concept. So here we use friction. Here we are using frictional gravitational force. That's all. So otherwise, both are exactly the same concept. Okay, I hope you were able to understand these concepts. Thank you very much.